Hello! We are coming to you from Sage Organic Farms in Palisade, Colorado, with the smell of lavender wafting in. I really appreciate Paola and the family for hosting us here today. Thank you so much. We're here to celebrate pollinators. You know, there's a really good saying, no bees, no food. And let's be honest, the honey is also pretty good, in addition to all the work they do supporting our native flora, and of course also supporting agriculture, including Sage Organic Farms. Most importantly, bees are a key part, and other pollinators too. By the way, we always say bees, but it's butterflies and other pollinators as well, including some birds. They're not only important for our ecosystems and for crops, they're key to our wild flora. Which, as we know from learning about food webs and ecosystems, is everything is connected. So it all comes back to our enjoyment of the great outdoors and our robust wildlife. It all stems on the food chain, from the ability of flora to reproduce, and many of them have pollinator-assisted reproduction. We know that our pollinator population is under stress. We don't always know all the reasons. Might be climate stressors or pesticides or cell phones or neonicotinoids. There's probably a number of factors that are contributing to the declines in population for our pollinators. But what we do know is that further decline in pollinator population is big trouble. Big trouble for ag and big trouble for our wild areas. I'm honored to be here today in Palisade to sign HB 1145, which not only supports additional funding for organization and research to aid our pollinators, but also awareness and public education that the pollinator license plate provides. As many of you know, I kept bees for a number of years in Berthoud until in 2013 the flood destroyed all 8 of my hives, and I have been too busy to rebuild, but plan to someday when I'm done being governor. But I really enjoyed producing honey and being out with the bees, and they help pollinate the area around where we lived in Berthoud. I want to thank Representative Soper and Representative Kip from Fort Collins, Senator Jaquez Lewis, and Senator Simpson for this really important work on this bill. This wouldn't have happened without a lot of collaboration around the need to inform the public and do additional research about pollinators before it's too late, and just recognizing the central role of pollinators for ag and in healthy ecosystems. I also want to thank Joyce and People and Pollinators, Becky Long, Tim Plass, Sue Anderson, Beth Bees, Elizabeth, of course, Sage Organic Farms. We're also joined by Commissioner Cody Davis from Mesa County, and we're joined by Paola from Sage Organic Farms. Thank you for hosting us. I just want to stay here all day, Paola. And we all can, I wish we could transmit the smells, but we all smell the lavender coming in. With that, we'll turn it over to one of the House sponsors, Representative Soper.
Well, thank you, Governor, and thank you very much for coming out to my district here in Palisade. I appreciate you driving out today. I want all of you to listen. Can you hear the buzz? This bill has definitely generated a lot of buzz. Palisade is home to more peach trees, more vineyards, and more lavender fields than any other part of Colorado. And the fact that we have great yields is not just attributed to our location, but the fact that we have honeybees and other pollinators that are actively pollinating our crops. Studies show that lack of pollinators like bees will result in a decrease in crop yield. Developing an awareness of the importance of bees and other pollinators is important to our agroeconomy, but it's also important to our natural ecology. Colorado, did you know, is home to more than 946 different bee varieties, which actually makes us the 5th most biodiverse bee region in all of North America. And to be able to bring awareness to Colorado and to Coloradans as they're driving, because we spend hundreds of hours every year or thousands of hours on the roadway, if you see a car with a pollinator's license plate on it with a bee on a flower, hopefully you'll pause to ask yourself, what's the importance of pollinators in Colorado, whether it's to our economy, whether it's to our natural habitat, whether it's to our flowers. In the United States, Pollinators, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, result in $10 billion more in production. Since the early 1600s, both Europeans and Americans have been aware of the importance of bees and other pollinators when it comes to increasing crop yields and have taken steps to increase those yields. Strengthen habitat and for reproduction. So, Governor, I want to thank you for coming out once again. This will certainly increase a lot of awareness, and like you, I kind of would just like to stand here all day and breathe in the beautiful smells of the lavender, which we're celebrating the Lavender Festival this week here in Palisade. So thank you very much for coming out. I look forward to seeing this signed into law. Thank you.
Okay.
If you want to come over.
Let's make it official. Paula, join us over here. Okay. Pen's a little hot, but there's one signing pen for you. And Paula, your first signing pen from signing to law.
Oh, wow.
Sage Organic. Congratulations.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you going to get the plate?
I am going to get the plate, and I'm going to tell everybody to get the plate.
Yeah, congratulations. And you're probably driving. You're not quite driving yet.
Quite yet.